Versatile Mage. Chapter 127. The Oriole and the Fisherman. I suggest you rely on rich and influential power. They will provide you with their abundant resources, and that way you can secure a good future. Of course, in the future, you will need to follow their orders. After all, they would have given you countless resources, Tang Yu recommended. Tang Yu, you seem to have an extraordinary background. How about you provide for me, and in the future, I won't hesitate for you even in extreme dangers, Mo Fan said. I dare you to sweet talk again. Tang Yu's face flushed bright red as she gave this perverted student a deadly glare. She understood the nasty meaning concealed beneath his words. Mo Fan didn't dare to be rash again. He still needed Tang Yu's help. It was better to quit while he was ahead or risk being left behind. After the hunter magicians left, the two of them began to silently follow. They didn't dare to follow too closely. Tang Yu's shadow spells were not very effective at long distances and could easily be discovered. Following the footsteps of these people, the teacher and the student finally found the source of the river. The source had been intentionally dammed, forming a small reservoir. The reservoir had already dried up, with dried fish bones scattered within. How come there are so many people? This kind of news is indeed hard to hide. Tang Yu and Mo Fan, hiding nearby, noticed there were two groups at the small reservoir. One group was the hunter magicians from before. Apart from Pan Sheng, the scar-faced man, and the cowboy-styled man, there were 7 other comrades alongside them. At this moment, the hunter magicians stood near the hills, looking ready for battle. The other group looked as though they had just arrived. There were 4 men in total, each giving off a noble and virtuous impression. Even when facing a squad of 10 hunter magicians, they hardly seemed fazed. Pan Sheng, if you don't want to end up begging in the streets of Hangzhou, then be a good boy and take your men away. The fire soul seed that we, the Dongfang family, have our eyes on will never be shared with others, declared the head of the group, a man in a traditional, luxurious Tang suit. This man was meticulous about his appearance. Even a single strand of hair looked deliberately styled. On the streets, he would no doubt attract the attention of countless women. The Dongfang family, Mo Fan thought to himself. From TV shows and novels, there was always someone with a surname like that, imperious, arrogant, and always announcing their family name as if they were royalty. So it's the Dongfang family. These ill-mannered people are also aiming for the fire soul seed. The Dongfang family is famously known for their specialization in the fire element. This rare opportunity happened to appear in Hangzhou, which is part of their territory. There's no reason for them to let others get it first, Tang Yu murmured to herself. Tang Yu herself specialized in the fire element, so she was well aware of these renowned fire element families in the country. They look like they're about to brawl, but where is the hooded man? Mo Fan asked after noticing the two groups facing off. He must be hiding somewhere. He plans on having these two groups fight each other while he snatches it away, Tang Yu replied. What should we do? We'll wait until the end. No matter what happens this time, we'll take it down. Tang Yu's eyes gleamed with determination. While they spoke, the 4 men from the Dongfang family began fighting against Pan Sheng's hunter magicians. All 4 from the Dongfang family were fire magicians. When they fought, blazing flames instantly appeared in their palms. Mo Fan noticed they didn't even seem to need any preparation to cast their primary level flame burst. Their casting was swift and practiced. Damn, all 4 were intermediate magicians. The Dongfang family really was impressive. Even those sent to fight for the fire soul seed were intermediate magicians. If they were in Bo City, each one would be famous. The hunter magicians were no pushovers either. Pan Sheng, the scar-faced man, and the cowboy-styled man all had intermediate-level auras, while the remaining 7 were elite primary magicians, able to cast 3rd-level spells in just 3 seconds. This was a top-tier hunter magician group. They could probably kill a general-class magical beast. We'll need to hide further away if we don't want to get caught up in this, Tang Yu said, pulling Mo Fan and leaping lightly into the shade of a large tree. In an instant, Mo Fan's vision blurred, the surroundings fading into darkness before reappearing again. To his shock, they were now under the shadow of a vine-covered tree 30 meters away. This is called Fleeing Shadow, a primary shadow element spell. You'll be able to learn it quickly once you awaken the shadow element, Tang Yu said with a confident yet enchanting grin, making the teenage Mo Fan feel both admiration and reverence for her. This technique was powerful and mysterious, and combined with her charm, it was hard for any young man not to be drawn to her. On the battlefield, the Dongfang family and the hunter magicians clashed fiercely. The explosions from flame bursts echoed through the small forest, and dried plants ignited in the heat of the battle. Mo Fan observed closely. The intermediate magicians who had begun casting still hadn't released their intermediate magic. After all, intermediate magic required control over 49 stars. By the time one completed the Star Atlas, an opponent could hit you with multiple primary spells. Primary magic lacked the raw power of intermediate magic, but its speed was far greater. You guys cover me, I'll let them have a taste of my fiery fist, said the handsome man in the Tang suit. Clearly, the four were used to working together. The other three instantly formed a protective triangle around him. One by one, stars connected, rapidly forming a star path. The bright star path crossed, evolving into a star atlas beneath the man's feet. Once the star atlas was formed, bright red flames wrapped around him, like a vengeful soul burning with heat. The temperature surged, making it feel like standing in a boiling cauldron. Fiery fist, exploding heavens. As soon as the Tang suit man began casting his intermediate magic, the three protectors in front of him quickly stepped aside. The man roared, gathering all the flames into his right hand. The stance, the posture, the feeling, it all seemed very familiar to Mo Fan. Chapter end. Please guys like, comment, share, and subscribe.